D-Gens, what's going on, guys? What's up? Good morning. Market's looking good. Everybody's good. Oh, man, I cannot wait for altcoin season, guys. I cannot wait for altcoin season. It's coming. I feel it in my bones. Couple more months. I've been getting asked like crazy lately, guys, and it's starting to really wear on me, right? And I understand it's probably mostly new people who are coming in or new to my channel anyway, because I've explained multiple times when small caps and altcoins start to pop off. And I'm still getting people in the comment section of videos going, well, Bitcoin's going crazy, but Jasmy's not doing anything. And my immediate, feeling is like, man, how many times have I got to explain this to you? But at the same time, I'm like, well, it's probably someone I never explained it to, right? So, I mean, it's a little frustrating sometimes to have to continue to repeat it every single day, like every live stream twice a day. But guys, if you're new here, if you're new to crypto, if you're new to this channel and you don't know why your altcoin is not pumping, it's not time for your altcoin to pump. Okay? You're fine. You're good. Whatever altcoin you're in, for the most part, hopefully it's not complete garbage, but, for the most part, probably 90% of altcoins are gonna pump. The only ones that are not going to really pump are stuff that the team abandoned the project, or there's been like massive, even if they had like massive like hacks and exploits and stuff, those projects will still pump. For crying out loud, guys, I want to show you something. Okay? I guess I can't find it on here. Even FTT is going to pump. Okay, if you don't know what FTT is, it's the FTX token. It's nothing now. It's a dead token for a dead exchange that went bankrupt. Even that token will pump, okay? So whatever project you're in will likely pump. It's just not time for altcoins to pump right now. It's Bitcoin's show right now. So let Bitcoin do its thing. Clap for the Bitcoiners. Be happy. Everyone's making money. It's fantastic, guys. We are set. Bitcoin smashed another new all-time high today. Okay, so it's all good in the hood, baby. Altcoin season is going to come. Give it a couple of months, right? Give it a couple of months. The top of this market cycle, in my estimation, is not till somewhere between the middle of September and the middle of October of next year. Okay, so you still have a whole lot of time before your altcoins start popping off. Okay, so I love you. Relax, chill, put your feet up, and touch grass, man. Go to the gym, start getting into shape. Listen, guys, listen to this, okay? Here we go. This is the new mantra right here. This is the brand new mantra, okay? Get your butts to the gym because you got about 8 or 9 months, okay? Get into shape, get your beach bodies ready, because when you make your life-changing wealth and your altcoins, you're going to be going to the beach. And when you try to put that Speedo on, gentlemen, and you haven't been exercising, it's not going to look good, okay? So get your asses to the gym right now. Train your butts off for the next 8 to 10 months, because you're going to be on a beach somewhere this time next year, and you need to make sure you're in shape for it, okay? That is the new mantra. That's the new goal. Beach body time, guys. Let's build it up, right? Get it going. Make it happen, okay? All right, so just so you guys know, in the chat, I will get to the chat the second half of the stream. Put your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. I will get to them. So I'm not ignoring you. So stick around. If you have a question and you put it into the chat, make sure you stick around till the end of till the second half of the stream, so that I have time to get to the stream or get to the chat and answer said question, okay? Because I will address it, I promise. In saying that, guys, let's get into some of the news. Also, guys, real quick, I just want to let you know, Patreon has been absolutely going nuts lately, guys. Unbelievable. The amount of one-on-ones that people are booking, it's awesome. I love to see it, man. I love helping you guys out. I love helping everybody. So get over to the Patreon. The link's in the chat. Get your one-on-one coaching sessions booked in. And we also we go live over there as well, guys. I go live over on the Patreon. We do live Zoom calls with everybody all together, and we talk about like everything you need to know crypto, man. Like from compounding gains to DeFi staking to nodes to taxes to exchanges to self-custody to everything you need to know, guys. So get over to the Patreon, join the conversation, and yeah, let's get into some of the news. Let's have a look at the charts. So JASMY, look at that, wicked all the way down below the 30-day SMA, which was dangerous territory because, look, it acted as massive resistance for 5 times. We rejected pretty violently off of it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We're back above it now, so nothing to worry about there. We have fallen back below the 100-day SMA. Hopefully that doesn't continue. I'd like to see us close this daily candle in about 5 hours, 4.5 hours, above the 100-day SMA. That's what I'll be paying attention to. I want to keep our candles closing above there. Going over to Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at that. We reached a new all-time high today, guys, about $93,000, almost $400. Very, very bullish there, guys. Huge move today. And I don't think we're done yet. We continue putting in these higher lows and higher highs. You absolutely love it. Little red candle yesterday. It's funny because I did tell you guys that you're gonna have a mixed bag. You're gonna have the odd day of red candles, right? They can't all be green candles. So got to get the odd red one in there before we continue to the upside. But we're sitting right now at $90,700, guys. Holy crap. Bitcoin is $90,000 right now, guys. Take that in for a moment, right? Take that in for a moment. All right, let's go have a look at the crypto bubbles. See what's going on around the market. XRP, the only thing in the green on this page, 69 cents. XRP got as high as 73 cents, guys. I think after XRP starts closing above 70, I think 73, 74 cents. The next level of resistance for XRPs, I think it's somewhere around like $1.03 or $1.05, something like that. So big moves coming in the altcoins, guys. Wagami Games and GFAL are pumping. Look at that. Having themselves a grand old time. Everything else is having a bit of a cool off, some good DC opportunities. Guys, Crow was up 2 days ago, was up over 200%. So absolutely crazy. I'm surprised HBAR is down so much considering they just got an ETF application in like the day before yesterday. But either way, HBAR is a good pickup at 5 cents, 8. Absolutely. I'd buy that all day long. And you got some good DC opportunities across the board, guys. So absolutely. All right, let's get into a JASMY article off the hop here. See what's going on. So JASMY breakout signals potential for price rally as bullish momentum builds. So JASMY's demonstrated promising upward momentum as observed in a chart analysis shared by Crypto Titan. JASMY's breakout from a bullish pennant pattern on the daily chart suggests potential gains, with the crypto currently retracing before what could be further upward push. The analysis of JASMY's daily chart reveals a breakout from the bullish pennant pattern. A formation often indicates the start of a strong upward trend. After this breakout, the price is undergoing a brief retracement, a common occurrence following an initial breakout. And I'm going to show you what he's talking about on the chart in a moment, guys. The retracement phase could provide a potential entry point for those who missed the initial breakout, with signs pointing towards a continuation of the bullish trend. Additionally, the chart shows the downtrend line that JASMY recently surpassed, which has served as a multiple point resistance level. So I'm going to show you what he's talking about real quick on the chart here, guys. Okay. It's easier if you can see it, right? So let's zoom out and I will show you. So what he's talking about here is this trend line right here, guys. Okay. So you need at least 3 touch points for a trend line, right? To kind of notice a pattern. So we've got 1 touch point. I've got my box up here still. That's what she said. I got 1 touch point here, 1 touch point here, 1 touch point here. We have our 3 touch points, okay? So, and then what we had over here was down here, we had our breakout. Now listen, I've showed you guys this 100 times, especially over on the Patreon. We do technical analysis training over on the Patreon as well, guys. So definitely get over there. But so we had our breakout of this trend line. Okay. Now look what we've done. If you can see, we've come down and we've retested this trend line as support. That's what we're doing right now, right? We're retesting it as support. So generally what will happen is you'll get your breakout, you'll have your retest, and then boom, right? Likely we're going to come into this box right in here around 2 cents 65 to 2 cents 7 is the target that I'm looking at. But so that's what he's talking about in the article. Okay. Going back to it. Support a moving average level holds strong. JASMY's price action highlights a robust support zone around the 1 cent 8 to 1 cent 9 range, where buying interest has consistently emerged. This area acts as a strong base of support. Furthermore, moving averages like the 50-day and the 100-day on the chart also play critical roles as providing dynamic support. JASMY's successful crossing above this moving average, which is why I said, guys, not only do we want to stay above the 50 and the 30, but we want to get back up over the 100-day SMA. That's where we want to close. We want that to be a level of support. So, all right, what else do we have? We got some bullish news coming out of Junction. I told you guys a while ago they were live on their testnet. So the testnet bugs are fixed. They said we have successfully addressed and resolved all the bugs reported through the test network bug submission form. Our team reviewed each issue, implemented fixes, and conducted additional testing to ensure a smoother experience for our users. Additionally, we've released the updated version of the tutorial, now available on Medium, which includes step-by-step guidance to help users navigate the platform with the latest features and improvements. So we are that much closer to Junction going live, guys. Bugs are fixed on the testnet. Very, very bullish stuff. Algorand, guys, we got some bullish Algorand news. Coinbase has their new Coin 50 index. Algorand is on that list. Very, very bullish for Algo, guys. You guys know I love my Algorand, right? So hopefully you guys love Algorand as well. Fantastic. Algorand's been doing great. DeFi staking coming, guys. Are you kidding me right now? Absolutely, I'm going to participate. Look at this, guys. The IBIT, that's the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF, has reached $40 billion. Look how much sooner it did it. Look how much this is how long it took for the BlackRock IBIT spot Bitcoin ETF to reach $40 billion compared to IEFA US took 1,271 days. IEMG took 1,253 days. Like, look how fast, record-breaking, neck-snapping, slap yo mama fast. Okay, that's how fast that happens, baby. All right, what else we got? That is the demand, guys. It's performing faster than the internet and the mobile phone. CNBC says Bitcoin could hit 120K by the end of the year.
Also spiking post-election, Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, was once left for dead by many analysts, but it continued to rally yesterday and hit an all-time high. President-elect Trump made a slew of campaign promises to the crypto industry, including, he said, that he will make the U.S. the crypto capital of the planet. CNBC's reporter Mackenzie Sigalos joins us now. Okay, Mackenzie, let's talk about this surge and what it might mean for Americans.
So, Chris, this recent crypto rally is definitely being felt by the nearly 20% of U.S. adults who say that they've dealt in cryptocurrencies. The crypto market adding more than $700 billion since the election, with nearly 300 pro-crypto lawmakers elected to House and Senate seats, many of them receiving cash from the industry, which raised more than $250 million this cycle. Now, there is still a question of how much the American voter actually cares about this issue. An October poll from Pew Research found that across the country, around 17% of adults say that they've dealt in cryptocurrency. Meanwhile, 63% say that they have little to no confidence in the current means of investing in digital assets. Now, that has not stopped the surge in Bitcoin's price we've seen since the race was called for President-elect Donald Trump. It's up 27% in the past week amid a wider crypto market surge. And analysts are now predicting that Bitcoin could reach 120K by the end of the year. We've also seen new user-friendly ways to invest in cryptocurrencies come to market this year, like Bitcoin ETFs on the New York Stock Exchange. And just today, we got a report from the FDIC, which found that crypto use among the country's underbanked is more common than among those who have access to traditional finance. So, Chris, that's something that could continue to grow in a Trump administration that's focused on looser regulations for the industry.
Mackenzie Sigalos, thank you.
This is what we've been waiting for, guys. This is what we have been waiting for. This is what we have been DCAing for. This is our time to shine. We have 3 years of boring sideways misery and then 6 months of pump it up. You got to pump it up. The decision that Donald Pump is going to make on his cabinets are going to be highly personal to him. Check it out.
Joining us now, one lawmaker reportedly up for multiple positions. That doesn't describe exactly who this gentleman is. Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty, the rarest of individuals. You're called a Trump whisperer, Senator. You're very close to him, but you're also, I'm looking at a Politico piece, you're the hope of many mainstream Republicans that you can be a governor on what it says in Politico on some of President-elect Trump's most extreme impulses. So you're almost an enigma. How would you describe who you are right now?
I think that article completely misses the point. I've just been good at understanding President Trump's policy objectives. There's so much noise in the media, Joe. It's hard to sometimes ascertain that, but I've been in the position of implementing his policies.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I've been in the position of implementing his policies. We did so very successfully when I served in his administration. And I think what we're talking about is the ability to actually see what the goal is and execute on that goal. And I've been honored to have the opportunity to do that. I've continued that process coming into the Senate. I brought 17 members of the former administration over onto my staff. And we've continued to advocate for policies that place America at the forefront.
You know, I'm looking at some of the people that have, complicated relationships with the president. They love you, and they say you could be commerce, you could be treasury, you could be state. It's really across the board. Can you give us any, can you foreshadow what might be in the cards for you, Senator?
The decisions that President Trump is going to make on his cabinet are going to be highly personal to him. As you said, I've known him for a long time. I get along with him very well and have the highest respect for him. And in that regard, it's his decision. I'm the last person that's going to get in front of that. But he's going to put together a wonderful team. He's already in the process of doing it. I've been very impressed with the people that he's brought on board so far.
You're in the middle of what has turned into quite the saga between the three possible majority leaders, and it's really been quite remarkable. I think you'd agree that it's sort of the ascendancy of Rick Scott as a, I don't know, I hate to use the word MAGA, but it's used so much, as you say, in the media. He's almost the MAGA pick right now, but that could backfire. This is not supposed to be a public campaign, or people aren't supposed to get endorsements for this and then people vote anonymously. Could that backfire, that people don't like being forced into what they were going to do in the first place, which might have been Thune or Cornyn? How do you expect it to play out?
I don't think it's going to backfire. And after the election, look, I campaigned with President Trump throughout the past month or 6 weeks. I was on the trail with potential Senate candidates. What I could feel is very real. There's a palpable desire for change here in America. And what I've told each of the candidates is that it's absolutely critical that they work arm in arm and hand in hand with President Trump as he affects the agenda that the American public overwhelmingly voted for, an agenda that they've supported and that we've seen absolute support that we haven't seen in decades. It was 36 years since we've seen a landslide like this. That is a sea change. And I came out after the election and said, I'm going to endorse Rick Scott because he is most aligned, his stated positions are most aligned with that of the Trump agenda. I've seen many more senators come along and say that they're going to vote for Rick Scott too. We'll find out later this morning, but that would be my expectation right now. We're going to see a major change here in the Senate.
Nice. Nice. All right, what else do we got? Crypto Titan. This is what they were talking about in the article here. As you can see from his graph, same thing I showed you on mine. We have our first touch point, our second touch point, our third touch point, our breakout, our retest, and boom, we are getting ready for liftoff, guys. Very, very nice. What else do we have? Simply Bitcoin on. Bitcoin could hit $500,000 if a strategic reserve happens, because our nations would need to buy to say Mike Novogratz on Bloomberg. Yes, so we're going to have the U.S. buying, China buying, Russia buying, and if you think other countries aren't going to follow suit, I got a bridge to nowhere that I can sell you. Okay. What else do we got? Oh, yes. Look at this, guys. Very, very bullish news for some of you altcoin fans out there. Pepe, Solana, Cardano, and XRP all listed on Robinhood today. Very big news for those projects, guys. Very, very big news. Lots of liquidity over on Robinhood for those projects. You love to see that. You love to see that. All right. What else do we have? Back over to Squawk Box. We've all seen people now have a breath of fresh air on the regulatory front. Let's see what we're talking about.
This administration, by the way, on the finance end of it, I assume you were spending a little bit of time trying to figure out or think through who may ultimately be the Treasury Secretary, who may run Commerce.
It's a very
who's on your list?
It's a very well. Listen, I think what President Trump has demonstrated is not too dissimilar from what has gone on traditionally with modern day presidents. I mean, they want people who are loyal to them. They want people who can execute on their agenda, and that's exactly what's happening here. And so I don't think it's so outlandish, this process. Now,
but do you think we're talking about Lutnick? Do you think we're talking about Scott Bessent? What's the?
I have no ability to see in as to who's really in the lead right now, but I think there's one thing clear, that we are about robust growth, and that's where the focus is going to be.
Are you absolutely sure it's going to help your business at Moelis? I'll tell you why, and I'm thinking about Peter yesterday, Orzag, who now has a real job. He's in, like Lazard. Right. It like actually matters. What the guy, he was in a good mood. I swear to God, he looked like he was in. It didn't go the Democrats' way, but I almost said to him, "You are happy. You are happy."
A reluctant acceptance of the fact that
But if you're in a business like Lazard, it's going to be better for you.
Listen, same thing with Moelis. What we have seen is, typically in my, short time on Wall Street that's getting longer now, is that, that typically Washington is a side deal, right? And it's people are, figuring out how to work around it. But I do think that over the last sort of 6-8 weeks, there has been a real pause to see what's going to happen. And now, we've all seen the return to some of the market of the sponsors now. We've all seen, sort of people now, I think, a breath of fresh air on the regulatory front, because you think about the changes that are in store at the FTC. There was nobody like Lena Khan, and I think it was more individually driven with support from the Biden White House. That will be gone. And we're going to have a much, I think, more clear visibility on what regulatory prospects are in M&A. I mean, yes, Trump has been and was a little bit active in that, but I think it was isolated and episodic.
In terms of where that deal activity comes from, besides, by the way, just going to, there's going to be a lot of great fees that are come to the investment banks, and you're seeing a lot of the banking businesses that are public fly on the back of that news. So that we know. The question is, you look at some of the smaller banks, do you say it's going to happen in financials? Because, we have 4,000 banks in this country. They're going to come together. Do you look at energy? Do you look at other clean energy? There might be some companies that are going to actually struggle that may need to merge for other reasons.
100%. I think all of the above. I mean, we see, activity, dialogue is strong across sectors now. And I think a lot of it does have to do with just the sentiment that came with this election.
What about big?
Why are you pointing at me?
Okay. What about?
Because I think you are in agreement that we're going to have now a much more sensible regulatory outlook And it matters. Incentives matter to business, to investors. It just does.
Big tech being able to make acquisitions. Do you think that's in the offing? Because that's been one of the places where it's been less clear that even in a Trump administration, if Apple, if Google, if Amazon wants to make a big acquisition, or even, by the way, frankly, a small acquisition, that is challenging. I ask, by the way, because there's even questions about whether they should be buying media companies, for example, and the like.
Look, I think, first of all, it starts with the Trump administration has individuals there who are business people. That is very different from what's in the administration now, where you have ideologues, you have academics, and they have never been on the side of trying to make a decision, run a P&L. So you start there.
Right.
And I do think that when you look at the overall discussion about M&A and the option of M&A for a founder, for someone like who sits in Silicon Valley, many of whom now are very favorable towards a Trump regulatory framework, M&A is an option, right? It's an exit option. It helps our economy and its dynamism and the flow of capital to its most efficient use. So yes, I think overall the sentiment has shifted. Who knows in particular instances, because
the reason
very nice, very nice. By the way, guys, I do need some volunteers. I need a couple more moderators for the channel. So if anybody wants to be a mod, let me know in the chat. I need a couple of mods. Let's go check out Rect Capital. What's he talking about? He says in 2017 cycle, it took 8 weeks of upside into price discovery before BTC experienced any sort of deeper pullback. In 2021 cycle, BTC rallied for 4 weeks into price discovery before deeper pullbacks. It's only in week 2 now. So, guys, we still have a few more weeks of this kind of action, potentially 4 to 8 weeks, or 3 to 7 more weeks. 3 to 7 weeks to see Bitcoin continue to rally like this, guys. All right, let me see here. A couple of you guys are volunteering to be mods, so just give me a second here. Just give me 1 second. Standard. Oh. Sorry, I'm just adding a couple people as mods here, guys. Bear with me for a moment. There. All right, there we go. I just added you guys as mods. Should change to moderator ticker or whatever pretty soon. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so what else do we have? Got into Rect Capital. Okay, Cynthia Lummis, guys. Cynthia Lummis. She says Senator Lummis on the U.S. being a front runner by the whole world. Quote, the Bitcoin Act could be on the president's desk and ready to go within days. Now is the time. So what she's saying here, guys, is she's anticipating that within days of Trump being in office on January 20th, she says by the 21st, the Bitcoin Act could be sitting on his desk waiting for him to sign it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That is very, very exciting, guys. Like, that's going to be nuts. Having my chat is completely stopped for some reason over on the YouTube. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. Okay, sorry, I had to reset it here. Making Dave a mod as well. There you go, brother. All right, so yes, so guys, that is how exciting is that we could see the Bitcoin Act on President Trump's desk on the 21st, man. How crazy is that? All right, what else do we have? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat at the same time. I'll get into the chat in the second half, guys. Check this out, guys. You might be sitting there asking, well, why would I want to join the Patreon? Well, this is why you'd want to join the Patreon, guys, because I called this about a week and a half ago over on the Patreon. You can go over there and check the receipts if you want, or ask the Patreon members. I called Peanut the Squirrel the day it came out about a week and a half ago. We are up 1,599% on this swing trade over on the Patreon, guys. That's why you want to get over to the Patreon. You are literally losing money by not being over there. The link is literally in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. Get over to the Patreon, guys. You're missing out on it. It's up 300% on the day, for crying out loud. So get your butts over there, guys. What are you even doing? I don't even know what you're doing. Right. We got another quick one here. Check this out. TD Ameritrade CEO says Bitcoin is legitimately here to stay.
Several years ago, Trump wasn't a big fan of Bitcoin. He wasn't a big fan of cryptocurrency.
He is now.
Now he's Mr. Bitcoin.
Right.
And we're going to have a strategic reserve. He's going to have friendly regulators with regard to that. Wants the United States to be the center of the cryptocurrency world. Those things are incredibly positive. Cryptocurrency in general, but very specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum, et cetera. I mean, this is a home run for Bitcoin. And that's very different than where he would have been several years ago. But a lot of people have changed their tune from where they were several years ago. Remember Jamie Dimon talking about Bitcoin being pet rocks. All those things have changed. And Bitcoin, I think there isn't any question that's legitimately here to stay. And I think it's going to have significant growth ahead of it. Several years.
It's Jamie Dimon. Bitcoin's like pet rocks. Damn, those pet rocks done blown up like Beanie Babies, for crying out loud. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Jamie Dimon, where are you now? In light of this morning's CPI data, the Fed cutting rates in December is still an open question.
Tiffany, why don't you jump in and weigh in on your concerns?
Yeah, make some sense of this.
Inflation. Is this a big deal? Is it not? Maybe the 0.3% on core is a little higher than had been in the past, but it was expected. We're still dealing within that range.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think this number was pretty much online with expectations. There, you had Amazon, which had a discounting event that happened in October, so it looked like that resulted in broad-based discounting across core goods prices. But on the other side of that, you had rents that were a little bit firmer. But overall, I would say this is a kind of a down the fairway, if you will, event. I don't think it will change the expectation for December. I know the markets are kind of moving, but in terms of the Fed's expectation for whether they cut or not in December, I still think it is an open question, though. I think there's definitely the possibility, the economy does look pretty strong. Data, has reaccelerated outside of inflation, that you could get a Fed that just decides to skip and go slowly. And the other thing is they probably will revise
Tiffany, I'm sorry, you're saying skip in December? Is that what you're saying? Is that part of your thinking right now? I just want to make sure I get that.
I think it's certainly possible. And obviously the markets are pricing in a probability of this as well. But, the thing I would just highlight is that if you look at their forecasts from September, they had the unemployment rate coming in at 4.4. That is likely to get revised down. The labor markets have looked better than expected. In addition to that, they had core PCE at the end of the year coming to 3.6, and it looks like it's going to come closer to 3.8. So they will have to make some upward revisions to their forecast, which could be consistent with some upward adjustments to their rate path as well, and just how and when they decide to skip in their cadence. I think they're still on a gradual path lower, but nevertheless, they could be adjusting that in December.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing for me. I think we could see a pause on rate cuts in December. I think we could. It's possible. However, what I would say is this. Whether they cut rates or pause on rates, I don't think it really matters at this point. We just had a rate cut like 5 days ago of 0.25 basis points. And it didn't matter at all. It didn't do anything to the value of anything. Like stocks didn't pump, Bitcoin didn't pump, crypto didn't pump, nothing pumped, right? It didn't really make it. I think we're beyond that now. We're kind of numb to it. I think the market tends to get accustomed to things fairly quickly. So whether they cut rates in December or not, I really don't think it matters at the end of the day. Big picture. I don't think it's going to affect the market one way or another. Check this out, guys. Google Trends. Bitcoin is on the Bitcoin searches on Google are on the rise. This is retail coming back into crypto, right? And I remember getting asked about a year ago. People were asking me that are new to crypto. They were saying, well, Rob, what makes you so sure that retail's going to come back and that all this money is going to come back into crypto? Like, what if they don't? How do you know that it's going to happen? Guys, I showed you yesterday's live stream, right? I showed you guys. Bernstein is telling people to buy crypto. BlackRock is telling people to buy crypto. All of your news outlets all of a sudden are starting to shill crypto, right? And they're focused, they're hitting the retail investors, guys. And look what's happening as a result. The searches on Google are spiking on Bitcoin because people are looking at it again, right? Because the media is telling them to, right? This is the beginning of retail pouring back into the market, guys. This is going to be a tsunami, especially when Bitcoin breaks 100K, especially when it breaks 100K. Then it's really going to get crazy. Let me look this up real quick. Buy Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin. Let's check what that term is up. Yeah, it's spiking up too. I mean, back here, it was up in this was about 2 weeks ago, or 2 days ago. Sorry. This was 2 days ago. Look at this spike 2 days ago. And then we kind of came down again. And now people are doing it again. People are searching for this on Google, how to buy Bitcoin, right? So that's retail coming back into the space, guys. Let's get into another article. Bitcoin hits historic $93,481 as crypto economy surpasses $3 trillion. Record-breaking Bitcoin price sparks $3 trillion milestone for crypto markets. The price of Bitcoin surged to a record high of $93,481 today, marking a new milestone for the cryptocurrency. This recent increase pushes BTC up 7% in the last 24 hours, and a notable 25% gain over the past week. With Bitcoin's impressive rise, its market cap has reached $1.83 trillion, cementing its dominant role in the larger $3.04 trillion crypto economy, and a significant milestone for the digital asset space. As Bitcoin reaches new highs, market statistics highlight the strong trading activity supporting this surge. Over the past 24 hours, Bitcoin's trading volume soared to $130.11 billion, reflecting the heightened interest and volatility in the market. Bitcoin dominance has also increased, accounting for 59% of the total cryptocurrency market valuation. The broader cryptocurrency market is experiencing unprecedented levels of investor engagement and asset trading, further solidifying the significance of today's $3 trillion market cap milestone. Despite the enthusiasm, market volatility remains intense, especially for traders holding short positions. Over the past day, $115 million in Bitcoin short positions were liquidated as the cryptocurrency continued its upward trajectory. Across the entire crypto sector, a total of $668.38 million in liquidations was recorded, affecting approximately 214,076 traders. These liquidations underscore the high-risk environment that traders navigate, as many bet against Bitcoin and other digital assets only to face significant losses when markets move contrary to their positions. Why anyone would be shorting Bitcoin and crypto in a parabolic phase of the bull run is beyond me. I can't even, right? Bitcoin's new all-time high puts it within reach of surpassing some of the world's largest companies by market capitalization. Specifically, Bitcoin's current market valuation places it only $370 million shy of overtaking Google's market cap. Yes, you heard me right. Google's market cap. BTC is now the 7th largest asset by market cap globally. This development highlights how digital assets are increasingly positioned alongside traditional financial giants, further indicating the growing influence and acceptance of cryptocurrency in global finance. As BTC continues to climb, investors and market analysts are closely watching for what may come next. For some, Bitcoin's ascent is a sign of a shifting economic sentiment as institutional and retail investors alike seek alternatives to traditional assets. For others, this surge could be the catalyst for increased regulatory scrutiny and potential challenges ahead. In any case, Bitcoin's new all-time highs reflects the resilience and growth in the digital asset, establishing yet another benchmark in its journey as a key player in the evolving financial landscape. Gold's market cap, we're coming for you, baby. We're coming for you. Absolutely. Big things. It passed gold, silver's market cap, I believe, last week. If we go over actually and look, let's go have a look at Bitcoin dominance right now, guys. All right, let's go have a look over here. So that's the DXY. Let's go look at BTC dominance. So as we can see, this is why we had that kind of pullback, right? Because in altcoins, because Bitcoin dominance, and it's funny, guys, because I told you guys about 2 days ago down here, right about here, I told you guys, you can go back and check it. I said, we may see a dead cat bounce or a recovery on the Bitcoin dominance temporarily, and it did, and it set a new all-time high around 61.37%. It's back down to 60.81%, but that's all that's happening here, guys. It's just Bitcoin dominance resurging. Eventually, it will roll over, and we will see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised here. What do you see forming right here? Possibly a double top pattern, right? Which is going to lead to a dump to the downside. So just patience. That's all it takes. It's just patience, guys. We're so close. If you've lasted through the entire bear market and you're impatient now, you're tripping. You're tripping, man. You've been through all the hard parts, right? All right, Bloomberg TV, Tesla stock has surged by 34% since Donald Trump won the election.
On a day you see Elon Musk's attentions being even closer to Washington, you see Tesla's stock up even more. It's only up about 2.8% pre-market at the moment. But how do investors feel about the divided attention? And it's interesting, does Rivian actually have something to gain here as you think about where Musk's attention is going?
I think it's a great question, and it's something that we'll probably see, raised, the more and the longer that Musk is so closely fixated on all things Trump and what his administration is going to do. He's been spending an awful lot of time at Mar-a-Lago. He's been exchanging messages on X with his fans about how much video games he plays and having a lot of fun with that. That's all well and good when Tesla is sort of going to the moon again, but I think this
we're all going to the moon,
collaboration between Rivian and Volkswagen, just adds to the amount of competition that Tesla is facing, and we shouldn't also lose sight of the idea that Tesla really has to sort of knock it out of the park the last few months of this year just to get to even in terms of sales from last year. This is not a company that is growing at the rapid rate that we're used to, and Musk, I think got everybody excited about getting back to a year of strong growth in 2025, but how exactly he gets there is really still quite unclear.
You know what, guys? I got to be honest with you. I've been saying, we've been talking over on the Patreon about what we're going to be doing through this bear market and stuff. And I know I got to get a new truck. I think I might get the Cybertruck, guys. Do you think? Let me know in the chat what you guys think about the Cybertruck. I think I might actually order one. I might order the Cybertruck. It looks awesome. All right, what else do we got? All right, let's tune in on Coach for a few minutes here, guys. Let's see what he's got to say. He's always got an important message, so I like to check in on him from time to time. He says, this is massive. Trump's first 100 days will skyrocket crypto.
If Trump does this in his first 100 days, this will be absolutely massive for your crypto portfolio. What I need people to understand at a deep level, this is the most important time in our living history for you to understand financial literacy. You need to understand at a deep level the Federal Reserve, what the dollar actually is, and how you've lost almost 97% of your purchasing value since 1913 when the Federal Reserve was created. You are in a systematic change of your financial system. This is not something that just popped up. Cryptocurrency was created, blockchain was created to move us in to the new system. It wasn't a battle against decentralization and centralization. It was a slowly, methodically planned out move to move us into the new system. And when you start to see all the stuff that's about to get unveiled, there's a lot more coming, a lot more coming. But the interesting thing is, the unsuspecting public is going to wake up in 2030 and they're not even going to know they're operating on a blockchain. There's this portal, this moment in time right now where the normal everyday person, Main Street, can get a piece of Wall Street. So number one is you have to understand what money actually is. In America, it's just fiat. It's fake. It's debt. So if every single dollar in the system is debt, then where would you go to? You would work to go to something that was created that is deflationary. Isn't it interesting that all of a sudden a thing called Bitcoin is created in 2009 that now in 2024 could solve the sovereign debt crisis? So we're going to dive into that today. And we're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. But I need you to understand, your main focus right now is to put blinders on. You're going to get distracted more and more and more. And if Trump does this in the first 100 days, it is going to skyrocket your cryptocurrency in the first quarter. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is from Good Morning Crypto. It says breaking. One Bitcoin, this was a couple days ago, is $88,000. Let that sink in. Is now worth more than the annual household income, 80K, in the USA. One Bitcoin is worth more than the annual household income. Okay, let's let this sink in. My parents bought their house in 1973 for $25,000. They live in the exact same neighborhood, exact same house. That house now is worth $400,000. That's a deflation in a deflation in your purchasing power. Think about that.
Real quick, guys, for me too, I can tell you the same thing. My parents bought their house for $55,000 Canadian, so it's like probably 30,000 American, right? $55,000, and now it's worth probably $300,000, right? It's exactly the same thing.
One Bitcoin is now bigger than the annual household income in America. Now, let me show you this as well. This right here is M2 money supply. Remember I shared with you guys when they start printing money, it devalues the dollar. Well, they turned the printing machine off because we had high inflation, because we're in a low interest rate environment. They printed too much money, right? We have an overvalued stock market. Okay. They turned the printing machine off. Well, guess what, guys? They turned it back on. This is the report right here. So this is January 2024. I showed you guys around May, they started to turn this thing back on. July, I think it was July, they started to turn it back on. Look at, here it goes. Printing machines turning back on. And what does that do? It devalues your dollar. So now do you see why? And it's much deeper. Wait till you guys see XRP Unleashed, which is now called Rigged. You guys will see that. We went and saw the premiere last night. You will be shocked when you see what drops inside this documentary. With receipts, you will be shocked. It's time to get prepared for a switch in your monetary system.
I can't wait.
This is the household debt right now. We got a fully pro-crypto campaign coming in. Trump's leading pick for Treasury Secretary is very pro-crypto. As Scott Benson and John Paulson emerge as leading candidates for the U.S. Treasury, the community is curious about their stance on crypto. Scott Benson, one of the leading candidates for the United States Treasury. So right now we have Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen's the one that had to read a PowerPoint. You guys remember this? She had to read a PowerPoint in front of Congress when they asked her what our national debt is at. We know TikTokers and YouTubers, we know what the national debt is. We watch it every day. And she literally had to look at a PowerPoint to see what our national debt is. The guy was like, it's 35 trillion, man. So this gentleman, President-elect Donald Trump, incoming administration, has friendly stance on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Besnet, founder of Key Square Group for a former Soros fund management, interesting, investing cheap, is very, very pro crypto. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into today. So this is what I want you to pay attention to.
So I already covered this part, so I'm going to stop him there. But yes, this is what I talked about, guys. We're probably going to see the Bitcoin Act on his desk January 21st. Going to be absolutely massive, guys. Absolutely massive. What else do we got? Let's go to Wrecked Capital's video. I played this for you guys last night, but I know not all you guys were here, but pay close attention to what he's saying here, guys. Listen up. This is where we are in the cycle.
Welcome to the parabolic phase of the cycle. We're seeing history repeat in front of our very eyes with some historic price action towards the upside. We're currently in price discovery, rallying to new all-time highs. So let's talk about what to expect on this next journey. So we know that these green circles, they tend to represent the reaccumulation phases that occur around the old all-time high level. So if we just focus on some of these price discovery moments, what can we really expect from them? Because this is now week 2 in price discovery, whereas if we focus on this cycle in 2021, 4 weeks is how long we saw in terms of upside, uninterrupted upside, before we saw that very first pullback. It took 8 weeks in 2017 to see that very first deeper retrace. We still might have a few more weeks of upside before we see any sort of interruption in the trend via a deeper retrace, and it's only on that first deep retrace where we have a great moment to dollar cost average on a discount. Welcome.
So guys, we could have 3 to 7 more weeks of this kind of price action in Bitcoin to the upside before we see, and hey, make no mistake about it, this is the thing, guys, we will see somewhere between a 25 to 40% correction in Bitcoin. We're going to see that multiple times, probably 3, 4, 5 times between now and the top of the cycle, right? We'll see it run up, and then we'll see, like, we could see 3 to 7 more weeks of upside like we've been, and then we'll see like a 40% correction, and people will start getting scared. You'll start seeing people say we've topped. No way. We have not, right? So be aware of these signals that are coming, guys, right? Be aware of them. These things will come to pass. Samson Mao, he says it's not going to be gradual slow increase to $1 million for Bitcoin. He thinks we're going to hit Bitcoin very, very quickly.
If you look at the failure of fiat currencies, they don't gradually fail. They fail spectacularly. And this is the premise behind the 1 million Bitcoin call, that it's not going to be a gradual slow increase to $1 million a coin, but rather a very short and violent upheaval that sends us there in a matter of months, weeks to months. And if you look at the hyper-Bitcoinization landscape, what you do see is more and more countries coming out and mining Bitcoin. Bhutan, I think, is the clearest example of this. They have close to $1 trillion now in Bitcoin holdings from mining over the past 4 to 5 years. So if this is not an indication that hyper-Bitcoinization is coming, I'm not really sure what is. But countries that have excess energy, they can tap into that now and convert that into money and use that money for financing lots of different things. I believe we're also on the verge of countries issuing debt, sovereign debt, to buy Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin bond program, it is going to come simply because the MicroStrategy model has illustrated that this works, and it works very well. And it's just simply a matter of time before a country pulls that trigger and unleashes a torrent of sovereign debt to acquire Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll take a violent swing to the upside to $1 million on Bitcoin. Yes, please. Bring that on. Bring it on. All right, so a little bit of XRP news, guys. XRP lawsuit settlement news. Former SEC attorney says Ripple has already paid the $125 million fine. Ripple's journey has been nothing short of a roller coaster. filled with legal battles and regulatory uncertainty. With the recent shift in the U.S. Presidency to Donald Trump, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sees a pivotal opportunity to push for regulatory overhaul that could finally resolve the ongoing standoff between Ripple and the U.S. SEC. Now, I remember when the SEC appealed, they said that this case could drag out till the end of 2026. And I said at that time, I said, if Donald Trump wins the election, guys, Gary Gensler's not going to be there long enough to drag this case out. We're going to have new leadership at the SEC, and this case is going to get settled long before the end of 2026. This latest turn of events has sparked a wave of excitement and anticipation across the crypto space, as many believe that a favorable regulatory environment could bring XRP's full market potential. Hints at a possible settlement have already begun to stir the crypto community. Some users on social media have speculated that the settlement has already been reached, but that Ripple has not paid the agreed upon amount until the case and any appeals are concluded. So basically, Ripple is holding the $125 million in a personal bank account, separate from everything else, and they're not paying that fine until they know they're in the clear. They're not giving the SEC the money until all the appeals are done and dealt with, right? That's the only leverage that they have over the SEC to stop their attacks. So, former SEC lawyer Mark Fiegel, however, clarified that there was never a formal settlement. Instead, the court ordered Ripple to pay a penalty, which Ripple has already placed into escrow, which I just said, awaiting the resolution of the appeal process. Garlinghouse has called for urgent action from the new administration, outlining a roadmap he believes Trump should prioritize within his first 100 days in office. Chief among his recommendations is the removal of the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, whose tenure has been marked by aggressive enforcement actions that many in the crypto community argue have stifled innovation in the U.S. Garlinghouse and the other crypto leaders argue that the U.S. is losing its competitive edge in the global digital asset race due to regulatory overreach. I would concur. All right, what else do we got? Digital Asset Investor says, never forget, Bitcoin and crypto is booming in spite of guys like this. Mike Novogratz.
I don't necessarily think the dollar needs anything to back it up. We have the strongest military in the world. We have the dominant economy in the world and the reserve currency we've earned. And to need to back up the reserve currency is counterintuitive. And so, again, listen, if we get the Bitcoin reserve, and as a guy that owns a lot of Bitcoin, I will not cry. And if you see me crying, there'll be crocodile tears. I think Bitcoin heads to 500,000.
Let's do this.
Again, it's a whole different paradigm because it forces every other country in. Countries are already buying it. I've got a dear friend, the guy that actually turned me on to Bitcoin in 2013, who's in the Mideast right now. And he said he's never seen anything like it. He's convincing more people to buy Bitcoin in the 3 days he's been there than any time in his whole career. And they're huge pools of capital. And so we're seeing something globally. When Trump advocated in Nashville that he was going to be a crypto president, a Bitcoin president, and now he's the president, let me tell you, other leaders heard that. And so I think we're strapping in for what could be an amazing rally.
Yes, we are, baby. Yes, we are. All right. What else do we have? We got some more. The Digital Chamber. Check this out, guys.
We can exclusively report now that you are headed to the Federal Reserve right after this segment today to present a report on stablecoins. And that report is titled How Stablecoins Are Extending U.S. Dollar Dominance, a Policymaker's Guide to Action. Tell us what's most important here.
The stablecoin markets have proven to be one of the most successful use cases and applications of blockchain technology. The stablecoin market is over a $4 trillion transaction market. That's larger than Visa and many other of the largest global payment networks. This is a very big deal. Why? Because it's taking US dollars and bringing them to communities all around the world that previously did not have access to US dollars. There is new field data available that says, where we looked at who are the people outside of the United States that are accessing stable coins and what are they doing with them. And one of the top reasons why people outside of the US are accessing stable coins is to save in US dollars. So this is extending the dollar into new markets, is creating new demand for US dollars, and it creates an incredible, powerful tool for financial inclusion globally. And our key point for the Federal Reserve and for our lawmakers here in Washington, D.C. is the U.S. already dominates this market. Over 99% of stablecoins circulating globally today are U.S. dollar dominated. So the U.S. is dominating the stablecoin market. We support regulation and oversight of stablecoin markets, but we want to make sure that we don't lose our edge. We want to make sure that we do no harm, that we protect our dominance. This is not only a tool for financial inclusion, this could also be a tool to strengthen the US dollar and should preserve that world reserve currency status for the next generation.
Really?
We have often spoken about the stablecoin regulation being the first regulation that's likely going to come into the crypto into the crypto space. It's first and foremost, we have to get that in place, right? Because guys, we need to know that these stable coins are backed one-to-one. We need steady audits. We need to be confident of this kind of stuff, especially if you're leaving money in stable coins throughout a bear market. You need to know that these companies are solvent, especially companies like Tether. A lot of people say, well, why does the U.S. government keep, all these speculation with them going after Tether? Because they refuse to be audited. That's why. For years and years and years, they still have not done a proper audit. Are you comfortable leaving your money in a stable coin that refuses to get audited to make sure that they're backed one-to-one? I'm not, right? All right, what do we got? Mike Novogratz, I think the most important thing that happened this year is Bitcoin. In Bitcoin is that Larry Fink was orange pilled.
We do know that Bitcoin is by far the leading cryptocurrency, and you think will remain that for a while?
I do. I think the most important thing that happened this year in Bitcoin is Larry Fink. He got orange pilled, as we say. Orange pilled is when you take a non-believer and you make him a believer in Bitcoin. And Larry was a non-believer, and now he says, hey, this is going to be a global currency. People around the world all trust it.
Well,
BlackRock is the biggest.
BlackRock is now doing an ETF or trying to do an ETF for Bitcoin.
Yes.
Is that a big change in the industry?
Yes. For Larry in particular, right, who's the CEO of this iconic company, to say, I believe in this, right? That's kind of huge because, again, like what Elizabeth Warren says, well, I don't believe in Bitcoin. I'm like, well, Elizabeth, Larry Fink does, Stan Druckenmiller does, Jeff Yost does, the richest person in your state, Abby Johnson does. Like, just because you doesn't mean it's not real, right? Value comes from when people believe there's value. And now we have this preponderance of evidence, 180 million people around the world that, without a gun to their head, take their hard-earned savings and store it in this community of people that run this technology, called Bitcoin.
That's right, baby. It's backed by the same thing as fiat. All right. Now, whether you love him or you hate him, Andrew Tate. Why Andrew Tate is all in on Bitcoin?
You can actually control and own your money. You can actually have your money, right? How else are you going to have it in cash? And then you got to deal with the inflation. How difficult is it to move serious cash? I had to send. It's about 4 years ago. I sent $900,000 to Qatar for a completely legal reason.
Why?
I wanted to buy a property in Qatar. So I was involved in the purchasing of a property in Qatar. The backflips, the paperwork, the legal nightmare. I swear to God, I was put on a travel list because for about a year after that, I was stopped at every airport. Just for a bank transfer, right? No problem with Bitcoin. No problem. Exactly. So it fixes a whole bunch of problems, cryptocurrencies. It certainly does. I think a lot of people who are forward thinking and believe the things I believe in, it's the only logical conclusion. What else can you do? Trust a bank? You trust them? There's nothing else to do with it. I'm actually at the point where, although I do own quite a lot of property, I don't want any more. And I keep getting offered nice property deals, and Tristan's like, should we buy this? It's like, no, I don't even trust the Romanian government or the Russian government. I have property in Moscow. I don't even trust the government anymore. I don't even want a property because if I piss the government off, they're just gonna take it. I don't own it. They say you own it until you annoy the government, then you don't own it, right? So I don't even want property anymore. I'm going full crazy Mr. Blockchain now because it's the only time I feel like I have control over things. And we're losing control at such a rapid rate. I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. People saying, oh, I'll just buy a house and it's my little house. It's not your little house. You'll see how quickly they'll take your little house. Look what they've done so far. They've taken your business from you. You think they want to take your little house? People are not scared enough of the right things. They're scared of Corona.
They'll take your little house. You think you have your little house? Oh, that's good. That was a good one. Yeah, but that's the thing, guys. That's the thing, right? All right, let's get into the chat, guys. See what's going on out there. All right, so what do we got? Shane in the house. What's up, brother? WF Capital. What's up, man? I started some liquidity pools on ICP swap. Nice. 40. Nice little return there, man. Living in Central Florida in the house. What's up, brother? Guys, as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, guys. It means a lot. We got to get this channel growing. We got to get the 10,000 subs. We got to get the actual accurate content out to the masses, guys, instead of this misinformation from bad content creators. So help us push the channel out. Hit the like and hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do. Dumb Money, Rob. What a beautiful day today. You're going to sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy the town painting green. Yes, exactly. Brian's in the house. What's up, fam? Good to see you, man. Venom, Book of Memes is finally pumping. Nice. $120 to $150, $50,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. I'll take that, man. I'll take that. Big Dog, Nicholas, what's up, man? Dude, today coworkers are asking me about crypto. I tried telling them about it back in January. Yeah, funny story, guys. I told you guys about this a couple of days ago, but so my dad called me and he told me that a couple of days ago that his next door neighbor came to him and asked him if he should be buying Bitcoin, right? That's a sign that retail's coming back into the space, guys, right there. Random people are asking about crypto, right? So absolutely, man. Shane says same thing at my job. Yeah, see, you notice a pattern, guys? That's retail starting to trickle back in, man. Jetpack in the house. What's good, buddy? What's good? Venom, what a do? Sam, hey, man. Finishing up work here, waiting to see Jasmy and Swiftcoin pump in the coming weeks. Yeah, man. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Lord of the Realm, good morning, everyone. Alt season going to be euphoric. That's an understatement, brother. Conch City, we in it to win it. Pumpvember and beyond. Absolutely. Jeremy, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Jackie's in the house. Maybe start with meme coins next time. Bruno, hey, Rob, were you expecting BTC at its current price in such a small time frame? No. Well, here's the thing, Bruno, is that yes, I was expecting this run. I can't say I was expecting it when it happened. Okay. I've been here through a few cycles now, and I can tell you that I've experienced this and it will continue. I've experienced this multiple times. So I knew it was coming. I didn't know when it was coming. Otherwise I would have longed it and made a fortune. Right. But yeah, I am aware of how quickly it moves, my friend. I am aware of that. Venom, we're so close to the finish line to take profits. Yep, few more months, man. A few more months. Big Kev in the house. What's up, man? Rob Father dropping the alpha. Absolutely, man. Justin, just have to be patient, and I hate to see Jasmy go down, but it will happen. Yeah, man, it'll happen. Just got to be patient is right. Magic Power in the house. Jetpack Rob, you should make a short telling what the Patreon provides at the end of the videos that play. Your videos that play. I do talk about the Patreon at the end of every video that I do. Whether people stick around for that or not, I don't know. But I do talk about it. And here's the thing, guys. you know, you get to book one-on-ones with me, Zoom calls with me. You get to join our group Zoom calls where everyone gets together and we talk about, you know, everything. I mean, Jetpack, you know, you're over there, brother. You know, all the things that you need to know crypto, whether it's structuring your portfolio to when you should be taking profits, whether you should be panicking. You know, we do swing trades. Like I showed you guys earlier, we did a swing trade on about a week and a half ago. We picked up Peanut the Squirrel on Solana. It's up 1,599%, right? So we're making mad profits, baby. Mad profits. You got to get over to the Patreon, guys. Aman, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. I see that you made it over to the Patreon too, man. I saw you in there, brother. William, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Rob, can you check Zeta Chain for me, please? Yes, I can. You just got to participate in the goal at the top of the chat, my friend. Go check out the word that says goal, and I will check out your project for you. David with a Y. What's good, fam? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Do you think you could do a small breakdown on the Swift chart today? I haven't seen much on it lately from nearly anyone, and I'm curious to see what you think. I think I did look at the Swift chart a few days ago, but let me see. Yeah, I looked at the Swift chart a few days ago. So yeah, just kind of going sideways here. I did notice it changed my lines for some reason. I did notice that we have this upward trend line that we have going on here, right? I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but I'm hoping that it doesn't cause a break to the downside. But we could break to the upside. We've been ping-ponging here, as you can see, for quite a while. What we need to do is we need to break above this resistance level with some conviction. And like you see my target right here already in place, right? Between 2052 and 206 is where I'm targeting for the first little golden pocket. That's kind of where I see Swift going in the short term. Funky, howdy, fellow sailors. The seas are favorable again. Yes, absolutely, man. AZ Marine, Pepe. Yes, Pepe got listed on Coinbase today. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. Yep. Seen that this morning. Pepe up 50%. Yes, nice run on Pepe. Funky. My Democratic buddy says the Department of government EFF is a scam and the entire Trump team is weak and feeble. Well, I mean, your buddy is clearly, you say he's a Democrat, right? So, I mean, whatever. Let him have it. Let him have it, right? Jasmy and Pepe are my horses. Nice, man. Those horses, they're going to run, brother. They are going to run. Got some mods in the house. Dumb Money, what does mod do? Mod basically, Funky says it here, keeps the chat in check for the most part. So power over what people say. Yeah, so people are putting inappropriate stuff in the chat. You can delete it. And you also will post things like David posted down here, links to the Patreon, links to the members side of the channel, links to the Discord, whatever, right? Stuff like that. Tedious calling it here. BTC hits resistance at 98K. Oh yeah, 100%. You're right there. Yeah, there's going to be so much selling pressure at $100,000. So much selling pressure there. It's going to take a little bit to break through there. It's going to be a strong psychological level for sure. But yes, media will go bananas when Bitcoin hits $100,000. Absolutely. And I will too. Yeah. BTC is going to hit 100K. I think it will happen by the end of the year. Yes. When it hits 100K, it will come across every single device. Exactly. Maybe every device around the world. Well, that's the beautiful thing about it, right? I'm so optimistic for the future. It's nice, isn't it? Isn't it nice to be able to say that you're optimistic for the future? Because most people right now aren't, right? Most people who are not in crypto, they're not optimistic about the future at all, right? That's why you guys are ahead of the game right now, right? Studio Tech in the house. What's up, man? The most important thing one can do is get freedom. Yes. WF Capital Truck. If you get it wrapped, that makes 100% better. Yeah, I want to get one. I'm leaning towards it. I don't know if my wife would let me, though. You know what it is, guys. If your wife says no, I mean, you probably should just stick with that no, right? I mean, me want truck. Yes. Very good idea. Yes. Rob the OG. I am Jasmy. We're all Jasmy. Just joined the Patreon. Looking to kick it with you soon. Nice. I look forward to it, man. And welcome over to the Patreon, my brother. Welcome to the Patreon. I will be doing a live Zoom chat with everybody on the Patreon this evening, as I always do. So make sure you're there for that, guys. It's a hell of a good time, man. It's a hell of a good time. Young, the most important thing is that you get what you want. Yes, absolutely. Cybertruck is nice. I'm going to get the ZR2 Bison Silverado. Nice. Silverado. I like it. I dig it. Hell no, too cold. You will hate yourself. Oh yeah, I guess I'm in Canada, but you know what? I don't plan on being in Canada either, Funky, right? I plan on leaving this country. So yeah. I almost got a Tesla years ago. Glad I didn't. So we're all getting Tesla cars and trucks. Say less. 100%. I got a hybrid Prius. I average 60 miles per gallon, but have hit 84 on a trip. Nice. The time is now. When will the dollar collapse? I mean, they're gonna drag it out as long as they can, right? I mean, they're gonna beat that dead horse, till they can't no more, right? So it'll be a while still, but it doesn't have to be dead for it to be worthless. So the more it's down like 97% since like 1913, right? That's pretty dead, right? That's pretty dead. Jason, more greedy people cashing in on Bitcoin as it dumps again, but yeah, opportunity to buy, and they'll miss out, right? They'll miss out. It's just like Germany selling at $50,000 or whatever it was. Big mistake, man. Rob, Jasmine needs to start finding a way to reduce their coins in circulation. Oh, they will. As soon as the PDL is active, you're going to see the TVL go crazy. Why do you think that you're seeing projects like Algorand now going with DeFi staking? You've seen Onyx Coin beefing up their DeFi staking because they want a massive TVL in their ecosystem to increase the value of their tokens, right? Jasmy will be no different with the super wallet and the PDL coming out. You're going to see a massive TVL on Jasmy. It's just patience, right? Richie Rich in the house. What's up, fam? Good to see you, brother. Pepe just hit a new all-time high. Wow, really? Whew. Did it? It says it's down 16% on the day, it says. Huh. Now we wait on that inevitable altcoin surge. Exactly. Porterhouse, what's up, man? Been away a while. How you doing, Rob? Took a break. Glad I did things looking good. Yes, absolutely. It's great to see you again, man. I'm glad you're back. Welcome, my friend. I'm glad you feel refreshed. William says 8 to 12 years from now, every Bitcoin will be owned by the extremely wealthy and they won't be selling any of it. You're absolutely right, man. And you know what? I'm selling mine, but I'm selling it when it gets to $1 million a coin. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, whatever happens to it after that, I don't care, right? I'm building a log cabin somewhere. I'm going to build a home gym. I'm going to build everything I need. There's not going to be no news in my house, no cable TV, no radio. It's just going to be like stuff like Netflix that I can watch. I'm going to cut the world off. And then I don't care what they do after that, right? Because I'll be that wealthy that it's just going to be like, see you later, world, Magic Power says Bitcoin may serve as digital gold for value storage, but as a global everyday payment method, it falls short. Yes, you're absolutely right, Magic Power. Yeah, it'll never be a payment method. Never, ever, ever. Beebs, Scam, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Josh, Trump proposes no tax on crypto. That would be epic, man. That would be epic. Funny story is that because of all of the narratives around Trump, with the last time he was president, right? My wife was like, she wouldn't even go to the States anymore because he was president, because she was buying into all the propaganda from the left, right? This time around, you know how excited she was that Trump won the election? She was upstairs in bed that night when the election results came in last week or whatever. She forced me to promise that I would go upstairs, wake her up, and tell her the results that Trump won. Okay. She's so excited. She's now talking about getting citizenship in the United States. Okay. That's how much she's flipped on Trump, right? On what, the future could be. And if he passes a no tax on crypto, no capital gains tax, holy smokes. Magic Power says XRP is rapid, efficient, and scalable transactions, especially for, listen, you're preaching to the choir here, man. I love XRP. Absolutely. I've held XRP since before the lawsuit. It's been probably 5 or 6 years I've held XRP. I'm with you, man. I never even sold any of my XRP in the last bull run. I'm still holding it all. I swore I wouldn't sell my XRP until the case was over. So Michael, friend, put 10K UK in Bitcoin in November 21st, and it went down as low as 3K UK. She cashed out at 15K the day before election because she got spooked. Wow. Yeah, she's going to look back on that and not be happy, man. Will likely overtake as a crypto market top choice as liquid. Yes, I agree. I'm all for XRP, my friend. Wise mind, Pepe's volume is higher than its market cap, and it's on Robinhood too. Yes. You know what? Let me pull it up here on the chart because Crypto Bubbles is telling me it's down 16%. Okay, it's actually up 39%. There we go. Yes. So the market cap is $7.9 billion. And it doesn't tell me the volume on here. Oh, wait. Yeah, the volume is 17. That's awesome. 17.5 billion dollars worth of volume. Market cap's only 7.9 billion. That's amazing. Is KASPA a good buy? Yes, for me, Wolverine, what I would say personally, KASPA is one of my top holdings. I love KASPA. KASPA is going to do fantastic, in my opinion. Not financial advice, obviously. Pepe will be fantastic. Will be the face of the bull run for memes. Yeah, it's this cycle Shiba Inu, I suppose, right? Beebs, Swift and XCN will pump later. Oh, 100% they will, man. It will be glorious, my friend. It will be absolutely face-melting glorious. Tyler Hill was pumping Pepe and Elon a few hours ago. Nice. Yeah, I don't mind Tyler Hill. He's good people. I could see Pepe hit $150 billion market cap. Okay, yeah. I agree there. Memes can do weird things, man. What's up, man? What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. I like my Elon just sitting here in the corner, bag 3 years. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. What do you think about the Doge government? I think that coin's pumping like crazy right now, and it's going to continue to because of Elon now. I mean, how genius is it that the guy named the government agency Doge? I mean, that's such an Elon thing to do, isn't it? This is amazing. Look at this. It's up 115%, man. Wow. Yeah, fantastic. Good for everyone who got in on this. Good for everyone. But listen, guys, it is due to have a correction. It's up 460% on the week, 800% on the 2 week, right? Like, it will have a correction. So if you want to get in on it, it might not be a bad idea to wait for a correction. It's a classic Elon Musk style game, veiled from the market to manipulate. Yeah, hey, well, exactly, right. But I don't think that Elon didn't create this token, though, right? Some Yahoo like me did, right? So I can't necessarily, point a finger at Elon and say he's trying to scam us because of it. I can't say that because he didn't create the coin. I'm up 10K. Nice. I would take some profits, man. Not financial advice, but I would take some profits off the table if I was you. You don't want to ride something all the way up and then ride it all the way back down again, right? So, yeah. All right, guys. So, listen, that's the chat. That's the news. I got a one-on-one Zoom call over on the Patreon that I got to do. Guys, I will be live tonight at 8 p.m. Join me every day, 1 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central, live streams twice a day, 7 days a week. Get over to the Patreon and join us. I will be live over on the Patreon later tonight as well. Join us for our group Zoom calls over there, guys. Book your one-on-one coaching sessions with me. And yeah, get the help that you need. Make sure you know where your selling points should be. Make sure your portfolio is structured properly for this parabolic part of the altcoin season. And the link is in the chat. It's in the description. It's in the, it's in the pinned comments, guys. I will see you guys over on the Patreon later tonight. I'll see you back here at 8 p.m. Central. Have a fantastic afternoon, guys.